might want to check your pocket change after watching this video. Why? Because we're talking about the United States 1965 $quarter coin, a coin that could be hiding in plain sight and might just be worth a fortune. At first glance, the 1965 quarter might not seem special. It's made of a copper-nickel clad composition, no silver here, unlike its 1964 predecessor. But don't let that fool you. This coin has a few hidden secrets that every collector dreams of finding. When the U.S. Mint transitioned from silver to clad coins in 1965, not everything went smoothly. And that's where it gets exciting. Imagine finding a quarter struck on a silver planchet by mistake, a mint error that happened when leftover silver blanks from 1964 accidentally made their way into the production line. These transitional error coins are incredibly rare and highly prized among collectors, but that's not all. Some 1965 quarters also exhibit striking errors that make them even more fascinating. Look out for coins with double die obverse errors, where the lettering or details on Washington's portrait appear doubled. These errors happen when the die strikes the coin more than once, creating a slightly offset image. If you see one, it could be worth much more than 25 cents. Another error worth mentioning is the off-center strike, where the coin's design is visibly misaligned, leaving part of it blank. These coins are immediately noticeable and are a collector's delight. There's also the die break error, where a small crack on the die leaves raised lines or blobs on the coin's surface. Collectors and enthusiasts always keep a keen eye out for these errors because they make an ordinary coin exceptionally valuable. And even without errors, pristine condition 1965 quarters, those with sharp details and minimal wear, can fetch impressive prices if graded highly. Now, let's talk about value. Typically, a well-preserved 1965 quarter in high grade can fetch around $3,000 at auction. However, some of the most extraordinary 1965 transitional silver era quarters have reached prices near $100,000. Yes, you heard that right, almost $100,000 for a single quarter. So, if you happen to spot a 1965 quarter that looks a little unusual, don't just toss it in a jar. Take a closer look. You might just be holding a hidden treasure. Happy coin hunting, and good luck finding that rare 1965 quarter that could change your pocket change into big money. Number 2. Do you have a 1973 United States quarter lying around in your pocket change? If so, you might want to take a closer look because this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth far more than you think. At first glance, the 1973 quarter doesn't seem particularly rare. It was minted in large quantities at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, made of a copper-nickel clad composition. But don't let the high mintage numbers fool you. There are some fascinating error varieties that can make this coin significantly more valuable. One of the most intriguing errors to look for is the double die obverse. This error occurs when the die used to strike the coin is improperly manufactured, causing certain elements on the coin, like the date, the word Liberty, or even Washington's profile, to appear doubled. Finding one of these coins can mean you're holding something truly special. Another error worth mentioning is the off-center strike, where the coin's design is noticeably shifted, leaving part of the surface blank. Off-center strikes can range from slight to dramatic, and the more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. Some collectors will pay top dollar for a well-preserved quarter with this kind of error. Then there's the striking anomaly known as the clipped planchet. This error happens when a piece of the metal blank is missing before the coin is struck, leaving a curved clip along the edge. These coins are highly collectible, especially when the clip is prominent and well-defined. Don't forget to also check for the rare, filled die error, where grease or debris clogs parts of the die, causing missing or faint details on the coin's surface. While these errors may seem minor, collectors love the unique stories behind them, making them more valuable than regular coins. Now, here's where things get exciting. If you come across a 1973 quarter in uncirculated condition, especially with any of the errors we've discussed, you could be looking at a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Some high-grade specimens, particularly those with exceptional mint luster and no visible wear, have sold at auction for impressive amounts. And here's the part that might just blow your mind. a particularly rare 1973 quarter with a significant error, such as a dramatic off-center strike or a well-defined doubled die, has fetched as much as $52,000 in recent auctions. That's right, $52,000 for a single quarter. So, before you spend that 1973 quarter on a cup of coffee, take a closer look. You might just have a hidden gem in your pocket change. Happy coin hunting, and may your next find be worth a fortune. Number 3. You might want to take a closer look at your pocket change after watching this video. Why? Because today, we're talking about the 1988 United States $quarter coin, a coin that could be hiding in plain sight and might just be worth a small fortune. The 1988 quarter was minted at the Denver Mint and is made of a copper-nickel clad composition. At first glance, it may seem like just another common quarter from the late 20th century. But don't be too quick to judge. There's more to this coin than meets the eye. One of the most sought-after varieties of the 1988 quarter is the double die reverse error. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin is inadvertently engraved twice, causing certain elements on the reverse, like the eagle's wings or the inscriptions, to appear doubled. If you notice any doubling, especially on the word United or $quarter, you could be holding a coin worth far more than face value. Another error to watch for is the off-center strike. This error occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in a coin where part of the design is missing. The more dramatically off-center the strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. Some of these errors can show up to 50% of the design missing, and that really catches a collector's eye. Then there's the striking anomaly known as the clad layer missing error. Sometimes, the outer clad layer partially or completely separates from the copper core, giving the coin a unique two-tone or coppery appearance. This error is visually striking and highly collectible, especially when the missing layer is prominent. Another intriguing error to look out for is the broad strike. This happens when the coin is struck without the collar to contain it, causing the coin to spread out and appear wider than normal. Broad-struck quarters are noticeable and can fetch a good price if well preserved. Collectors and enthusiasts always keep an eye out for these unusual features because they transform an ordinary quarter into a highly desirable piece. Even without errors, high-grade 1988 quarters in mint state condition, those that have never seen circulation, can command premium prices. Coins with full luster, sharp details, and no signs of wear are especially valued. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for, the value. In recent auctions, some of these error quarters have sold for impressive amounts, especially when in top-notch condition. Typically, a well-preserved 1988 quarter with significant errors can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But here's where things really get exciting. One exceptionally rare 1988 quarter with a dramatic error sold for an astonishing $47,000. That's right, $47,000 for a single quarter that might have originally been overlooked as just another coin in pocket change. So, before you spend that 1988 quarter, take a second to examine it closely. You might just have a hidden treasure in your hands. Happy coin hunting, and may your next find be worth a fortune. Number 4. You might want to take a closer look at your pocket change after watching this video. Why? Because today, we're diving into the story of the 1971 United States $quarter coin, a coin that may seem ordinary but could actually be worth a surprising amount of money. The 1971 quarter was minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Made of a copper-nickel clad composition, it marked the continuation of non-silver quarters after the transition from silver in 1965. At first glance, it may look like just another coin from the 1970s. But coin collectors know that even common-looking coins can hold hidden treasures. One of the most intriguing varieties of the 1971 quarter is the double die obverse error. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin accidentally impresses the design twice, slightly misaligned. As a result, details like the date, the word Liberty, or Washington's profile may appear doubled or blurry. These coins are highly sought after by collectors, as the doubling can be quite pronounced, making the coin visually captivating. Another error to be on the lookout for is the off-center strike. This error happens when the blank planchet is not properly centered in the coining press, leading to a design that's noticeably shifted. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. Some of these errors show as much as 50% of the design missing, which instantly draws the attention of coin enthusiasts. There's also the clipped planchet error. This happens when a part of the metal blank is cut off before striking, leaving a distinct curved clip on the coin's edge. These errors are rare and particularly valuable when the clip is significant and the coin is in good condition. Another fascinating error that collectors love is the broad strike. This occurs when the coin is struck without the collar holding it in place, causing it to spread out and appear wider and flatter than usual. Broad-struck coins have a unique appearance that immediately catches the eye. Collectors are always on the hunt for these types of errors because they make a standard quarter truly unique. Even without errors, high-grade 1971 quarters can fetch a good price, especially those that have never seen circulation. Coins with a brilliant mint luster, sharp details, and no signs of wear are the most desirable. Now, let's talk about value. While a typical 1971 quarter in circulated condition might only be worth its face value, those with rare errors or in exceptionally high grades can command significantly higher prices. Some of these error coins have sold at auction for thousands of dollars. But here's the part that will really make you check your change. A particularly rare 1971 quarter with a dramatic error sold for an incredible $68,000. That's right, $68,000 for a single quarter that might just be hiding in your pocket right now. So, before you spend that 1971 quarter on a snack or a soda, take a moment to examine it carefully. You might just have a hidden gem in your hands. Happy coin hunting, and may your next find be worth a fortune. Number 5. You might want to take a closer look at your pocket change after watching this video. Why? Because today, we're exploring the intriguing story of the 1991 United States $quarter coin, a coin that might seem ordinary at first but could actually be worth much more than you think. The 1991 quarter was minted at the Denver Mint and is made of a copper-nickel clad composition, just like most quarters minted after 1965. While millions of these coins were produced, making them relatively common, some rare varieties and errors can make them significantly more valuable. One of the most fascinating errors to look out for in the 1991 quarter is the doubled die obverse. This error occurs when the die that strikes the coin is accidentally impressed twice, causing a slight doubling effect. Look closely at the date, the word Liberty, or Washington's profile. If you spot any doubling, especially on the lettering or facial features, you might just have a rare and valuable coin. Another error worth checking for is the off-center strike. This happens when the blank planchet is not properly aligned in the coining press, causing the design to be struck off-center. The more dramatic the shift, the more valuable the coin becomes. Off-center errors where the design is missing by as much as 50% are especially sought after by collectors. There's also the striking error known as the broad strike. This occurs when the coin is struck without the collar to contain it, causing it to spread out and appear wider than normal. Broad-struck quarters have a unique, stretched appearance, making them both visually interesting and valuable. One particularly intriguing variety to keep an eye out for is the struck on a foreign planchet error. Occasionally, a coin may be struck on a planchet meant for a foreign denomination, resulting in a quarter that looks and feels different. These errors are extremely rare, but when found, they can be worth a substantial amount. Collectors love finding these errors because they make a regular coin into something truly special. Even without errors, a 1991 quarter in exceptional mint state condition, showing full luster, sharp details, and no signs of wear, can still command a premium price. Graded coins with high mint state numbers are always in demand among collectors. Now, let's talk about value. Typically, a circulated 1991 quarter might just be worth its face value. However, those with significant errors or in top mint condition can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. But here's where it gets truly exciting. One exceptionally rare 1991 quarter with a dramatic error sold for an incredible $37,000. That's right, $37,000 for a single quarter that might just be tucked away in your pocket right now. So, before you spend that 1991 D quarter on a quick purchase, take a closer look. You might just be holding a hidden treasure. Happy coin hunting, and may your next find be worth a fortune.